Adomnán or Adomnán of Iona, also known as Unan, was an abbot of Iona Abbey, hagiographer, statesman, canon jurist, and saint. He was the author of the most important book on the life of Saint Columba and the promulgator of the Law of Adomnán or Law of Innocence. Life. Adomnán was born about 624, a relative on his father's side of Columba. He was the son of Ronan mac Dinna by Ronate, a woman from the northern Ueni Acutil lineage known as the Ceni Acutil Nenda. Adomnán's birthplace was Raffi, a town in County Donegal in Ulster. Some of Adomnán's childhood anecdotes seem to confirm at least an upbringing in this area. It is thought that Adomnán may have begun his monastic career at a Columban monastery called Drwm to Ama, but any Columban foundation in Northern Ireland or Dalriata is a possibility, although Durrow is a stronger possibility than most. He probably joined the Columban Familia around the year 640. Some modern commentators believe that he could not have come to Iona until sometime after the year 669, the year of the accession of failed Mac Pipain, the first abbot of whom Adomnán gives any information. However, Richard Sharp argues that he probably came to Iona during the abbacy of Sagenna. Whenever or wherever Adomnán received his education, Adomnán attained a level of learning rare in early medieval Northern Europe. It has been suggested by Alfred Smith that Adomnán spent some years teaching and studying at Durrow, and while this is not accepted by all scholars, it remains a strong possibility. Prior to becoming abbot of Iona, Saint Adomnán had been abbot of Skreen Monastery in County Sligo. The site, originally known as a Conc na Mawil, Hill of Seals, can still be seen to this day. In 679, Adomnán became the 9th abbot of Iona after Columba. Abbot Adomnán enjoyed a friendship with King Aldfrith of Northumbria. In 684, Aldfrith had been staying with Adomnán in Iona. In 686, after the death of Aldfrith's brother King Ecgfrith of Northumbria and Aldfrith's succession to the kingship, Adomnán was in the kingdom of Northumbria on the request of King Finsnectar Fledach of Braga in order to gain the freedom of 60 Gaels who had been captured in a Northumbrian raid 2 years before. Adomnán, in keeping with Ionan tradition, made several more trips to the lands of the English during his abbacy, including one of the following year. It is sometimes thought, after the account given by Bede, that it was during his visits to Northumbria, under the influence of Abbot Ceolfrith, that Adomnán decided to adopt the Roman dating of Easter that had been agreed some years before at the Synod of Whitby. Bede implies that this led to a schism at Iona, whereby Adomnán became alienated from the Iona Brethren and went to Ireland to convince the Irish of the Roman dating. Geoffrey Wetherell sees Adomnán's long absences from Iona as having led to something of an undermining of his authority. He was thus unable to persuade the monks to adopt the Roman dating of Easter, let alone the tonsure. It is clear that Adomnán did adopt that Roman dating, and moreover, probably did argue the case for it in Ireland. Cain Adomnán. In 697, it is generally believed that Adomnán promulgated the Cain Adomnán, meaning literally the canons, or law of Adomnán. The Cain Adomnán was promulgated amongst a gathering of Irish, Dalriatan and Pictish notables at the Synod of Birr. It is a set of laws designed, among other things, to guarantee the safety and immunity of various types of non-combatants in warfare. For this reason it is also known as the Law of Innocence. Works. Adomnán's most important work, and the one for which he is best known, is the Vita Columbae, a hagiography of Iona's founder, Saint Columba, probably written between 697 and 700. The format borrows to some extent from Sulpicius Severus' A Life of Saint Martin of Tours. Adomnán adapted traditional forms of Christian biography to group stories about Columba thematically rather than chronologically, and present Columba as comparable to a hero in Celtic mythology. Wetherell suggests that one of the motivations for writing the Vita was to offer Columba as a model for the monks. and thereby improve Adomnán's standing as abbot. The biography is by far the most important surviving work written in early medieval Scotland, and is a vital source for our knowledge of the Picts, as well as a great insight into the life of Iona and the early medieval Gaelic monk. However, the Vita was not his only work. Adomnán also wrote the treatise De Locis Sanctus, an account of the great Christian holy places and centres of pilgrimage. Adomnán got much of his information from a Frankish bishop called Arculf, who had personally visited Egypt, Rome, Constantinople and the Holy Land, and visited Iona afterwards. Adomnán gave a copy to the scholar King Aldfrith of Northumbria. Also attributed to him is a good deal of Gaelic poetry, including a celebration of the Pictish king Bride's victory over the Northumbrians at the Battle of Dunnectin. Death. Adomnán died in 704, and became a saint in Scottish and Irish tradition, as well as one of the most important figures in either Scottish or Irish history. His death and feast day are commemorated on the 23rd of September, along with St. Columba. He is joint patron of the Diocese of Raffi, which encompasses the bulk of County Donegal in the northwest of Ireland. The Cathedral of St. Eunan and St. Columba, the Catholic cathedral in that diocese, is in Letterkenny. Legacy. In his native Donegal, the saint has given his name to several institutions and buildings including the Cathedral of St. Eunan and St. Columba in Letterkenny, Co. Donegal, the current seat of the Bishop of Raffi. The Anglican Cathedral Church of St. Eunan in Raffi, Donegal. St. Eunan's College, a secondary school in Letterkenny. St. Eunan's NS, a national school in the small village of Leahy, just south of Donegal town. St. Eunan's GAA, a GAA club in Letterkenny, County Donegal.